Coming up, Navy Sea Cadets learn the ropes at Fort Devens. And there's a new gourmet shop in downtown Lowell. Also, learn to spot the early signs of skin cancer. It's all ahead. Good afternoon and welcome to Suncast. For the past 2 weeks, they've crawled under barbed wire, swam and marched in competitions. We caught up with Navy Sea Cadets at Fort Devens.
It's been hard, but you learn to adapt.
14-year-old Dominic Nop is one of over 100 students at the Sea Cadet Boot Camp at Fort Devens. The Navy's youth program trains students ages 10 to 18 that are interested in the military.
The purpose of this program is to build better citizens, to build these kids up, their confidence in themselves, build up their maturity level, teaching them, core values, the right way to grow up.
I want to see Bravo, company!
For 10 days, the cadets go through intense training.
I love the discipline. I love the trainings you could do on. There's about a good well over 50 trainings you could attend.
It's also rewarding for adult officers who volunteer their time to run the program.
I'm here to make better citizens out of them, really am. Its core values are lacking in the children of this country now, and somebody's got to teach it. We do.
Now, wine, flowers, cheese, and tastes of local restaurants. Rachel Briere has more.
Say cheese. The picture-perfect wine, cheese, and flower shop has opened its doors on Merrimack Street in Lowell.
It says everything. It says wine, it says cheese, it says flowers. And it just basically means this. This is it. There you have it.
Say carries it all. Locally grown tomatoes, gourmet candy apples, spreads, pestos, pastas, and oils are scattered around exotic flowers.
Mark and I had decided a long time ago that we wanted to have an open concept, European-style shop that people could come in, and Mark's huge on making things comfortable. People could sit down and watch us work. That's why we have this great table here. This is where we work. Go along, pick out flowers, pick out a vase that we have. We'll put the flowers in the vase for you. We have baskets. We can put all our gourmet food items in it and wrap it up right in front of you so people are part of it.
Soon, Say will be adding what they call fun wines to the mix.
We plan to invite the guests and the general public in for wine tastings. We're working with local distributorships to just sample and build knowledge of wines and what your palate likes. It doesn't necessarily have to be an expensive bottle of wine to be a great bottle of wine.
They will also tap into the area's booming restaurant industry, selling products from Cobblestones, Mambo Grill, Olympos Bakery, and the La Boniche. In Lowell for Suncast, I'm Rachel Briere.
Up next, we spoke with Emerson Hospital Dermatologist Dr. Ira Skolnik about ways to recognize the early signs of skin cancer.
I often get asked about how someone can identify skin cancer on themselves. Obviously a little bit tricky, that's what dermatologists are for, but there's definitely things that all of us can do to look at our own bodies regularly to decide whether or not a mole might be suspicious. General rule of thumb is something that we call the ABCDs of identifying skin cancer, where A is asymmetry, so if you have a mole and you draw an imaginary line down the center of it, the two halves don't look alike. B is border, so the borders of the mole might be irregular. That might be a sign of something dangerous, possibly. C is color variation, where you have different shades of brown or black or even dark blues all scattered within the same mole. And D is diameter, so the size of the mole. General rule of thumb, a mole that is bigger than an eraser on a pencil might be one that you would want to bring to the attention of a dermatologist. These ABCDs, though, are not meant to panic people, because if you look at any mole on any of our bodies, they might have one of the ABCDs, and that's still considered acceptable. If you start having more than one, though, that might be cause for bringing it to the attention of a dermatologist. And some things that have the ABCDs, some lesions that have the ABCDs, may not even be moles at all. They might be harmless little growths that people get when they get older than 40 or 50 or 60 years old, and those are harmless too. General rule of thumb is when in doubt, see a dermatologist.
In this Sunday's newspaper, Chelmsford residents are fighting the expansion of a manufacturing plant. And on Tuesday's Suncast, Buy Local, we'll show you how to make a meal using all local ingredients. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great afternoon.